Welcome to the No Spin News for Monday, October 7th, 2024. Stand up for your country. Very busy day for me. I flew in from London. How about that? Landed around noon East Coast time. I'm a little woozy here. Tough, you know, it's a 7-hour flight coming back. It's a 6.5 going over because of wind. And Virgin Atlantic couldn't get the plane off the ground. You know, it was almost a 2-hour delay. They made some of it up. And professional airline, but it's the same old stuff. These airlines, they just, since the United States airline industry has collapsed, that's spread everywhere. And it's, you know, you go to the airport dreading it now, which at least I do. But anyway, I'll get specifics in the final thought in this broadcast. And when I'm over there, you know, because of YouTube, everybody knows me. And they're all asking me about the election. I go, look, I don't know. And that's the absolute honest truth. And we're going to try in the next 4 weeks to get some trend at least. But boy, it's a tough one. It's too close to call. I'm sorry about the cliche. With 4 weeks to go, and that's the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So on Saturday night, Donald Trump helped himself in Butler, Pennsylvania. There's no doubt about that. Huge crowd. And if you read the AP and all of that, they don't want to name the crowd. They don't want to say how many. We call the state police. State police know how many were in. They won't say because they don't want Trump to look good. I mean, it's a scandal. And I got to put it at about 100,000, but I could be off. I wasn't there. I did talk to people who were there, and they said they've never seen a crowd like it. Trump had 100,000 in South Jersey. Remember that? But this one was. But the fact that the Associated Press and all the other wire services won't report the size of the crowd, and then whenever we want a crowd size, we call the state police, no matter what state it is. And they usually give you the info. Not here, not this. Nope. And the reason is Kamala Harris could never draw a crowd like that. And I'm not saying that with any party favoritism. That's the truth. That's the truth. And the AP had a really kind of nasty thing. All white. You know, would you do that if we're all black, AP? I don't think you would. But, you know, the subtle Associated Press, what they do. Okay, so Trump was very smart to do this, and I think he gained a little momentum by it. Roll the tape.
I want to just let you know that tonight I returned to Butler in the aftermath of tragedy and heartache to deliver a simple message to the people of Pennsylvania and to the people of America. Our movement to make America great again stands stronger, prouder, more united, more determined, and nearer to victory than ever before. We're going to make America great again. Going to win the election. Going to win the election. And to all Americans, whether you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, conservative, or liberal, or you have no label whatsoever, it makes no difference. Our movement, it belongs to you.
Okay. So I'm on the sideline of the New York Jet Minnesota Vikings game. That's why I went to London to see that game. I had business there too, and I'll tell you about it at the end, but went to the game. And the Jets are owned by Woody Johnson, the former ambassador to the court of St. James, the British ambassador, okay, who's obviously a big Trump supporter. So we're having a conversation, Ambassador Johnson and me, and he goes, this Elon Musk thing is a game changer, don't you think? And you know me, I don't ever go along. I go, I don't know. I don't live in that world. I know Elon Musk reaches, what, 100 million people on X worldwide, but I don't know how that would translate into votes. But Ambassador Johnson was saying, this is huge. And of course, he could be right, because when it comes to anything social media, I'm a moron. I'm just not in that world. I can't calibrate it. Anyway, so Musk comes out of the closet. He really never in the closet. He was always a Trump supporter, and says this. Go.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot.
Okay. So how did the pro-Kamala Harris media cover this? My staff did a nice job on this. So on Saturday night, CBS Weekend News had a package, almost 3 minutes. Fair. NBC Nightly News, 3.5 minutes. Fair. All right. ABC News didn't have any coverage because they didn't have a news show. It was college football. The next morning on the Sunday network shows, CBS News Sunday Morning didn't mention it. There's something wrong on that show. I pointed that out. If you read my column yesterday, I gave him a little jab. There's something wrong there on that CBS Sunday Morning thing. NBC News Sunday Today, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Yeah, okay. Meet the press. No. They gave it 30 seconds. All right. They had more important things to do. Good Morning America, 2 minutes, 6 seconds. Okay. I might have gone a little bit more on that. This week, 137. So they covered it. But of course, NBC News owns the outlet MSNBC, and they did what they always do. Go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that dark MAGA. I much prefer comedian Mike Drucker's interpretation, dork MAGA. Let's just take this in for a moment, and this image of Elon Musk jumping awkwardly on stage as Trump looks on. I mean, this will be the legacy of Elon Musk, the man once seen as a tech visionary, a real-life Tony Stark to some, who traded in his reputation and his self-professed principles to become nothing more than a reactionary Lex Luthor in a MAGA hat.
Yeah, boring. Now, if you're going to do that, then you just bring in another person who said, no, Elon Musk was effective. He didn't look awkward. You balance it. You know, you don't have to censor that guy. I don't even know who that guy is. Okay. I don't care. But NBC doesn't think it has a responsibility to do that in an election. And that's a memo. All right. Schedules. Joe Biden marked the 1 year Hamas brutal attack anniversary. And then he's taking calls about Hurricane Milton, which could be a very terrible situation right after Hurricane Helene down in Florida. Kamala Harris, 60-minute interview tonight. I will lead with that tomorrow on the No Spin News. It's taped. It's already in. They put out a few clips. Weren't impressive, I have to say. Maybe they're holding the good stuff back. But I'm going to analyze that in the Talking Points memo tomorrow, and we're all over it. Okay? Then she marked the 1 year anniversary of the Hamas attack as well. Donald Trump did in Florida, had some events. So it was that. And we are going to go to Jerusalem shortly on this broadcast. Okay. Now, to blunt the momentum that Donald Trump had at his rally, because the Democrats knew that the Butler thing was going to be huge, Kamala has agreed to go on The View, The Howard Stern Show, and Stephen Colbert. Okay. Look, if I'm running for president and I had shows like that adored me, I would go on them. Okay? I would. Wouldn't you? So I have no problem with her going on there, but she doesn't do anything worthy. We'll see if Bill Whitaker on 60 Minutes has got anything tonight. You know, he's been around for a while, Whitaker. We'll see what he's got. But that's what she's doing, that. I don't know if I'm even going to cover that. I might. It's cupcake interviews, though. I mean, it's just like, all right. By the way, Trump turned down a 60 Minutes appearance tonight. So I guess Kamala's getting a whole hour with Walls. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if I can watch a whole hour of that, but I'll try. On the campaign trail, Harris's crowds are much, much less than Donald Trump's. And she uses a teleprompter. And Trump does too. But Trump goes off and always gets in trouble when he does. But Kamala's teleprompter broke down on Friday in Flint, Michigan. And here's what happened. Go.
Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. We got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very tight race until the very end.
I think she thinks it's going to be a very tight race till the very end. And if you missed it the first 4 times, the election was 32 days from last Friday. So what happened was, and you could see it, the teleprompter, they have 2 of them, 2 screens where words appear. See, I don't use a teleprompter on the No Spin News. I just talk to you like a regular human being because I know my subject. I'll have to use a teleprompter. On Fox News, I did because we had to hit 6 breaks, computerized breaks. So here we don't. I put the ads at the back of the program so I can do uninterrupted analysis. But anyway, you could see in that clip that the prompter just went down. And she's there, and then she said 32 days 4 times because does not speak well extemporaneously. Now, that doesn't mean she'd be a bad president, right? That doesn't worry me that she can't speak off the cuff. What worries me is I don't think she knows very much. And I'm not saying that to be insulting either. But I can't gauge, after all this time now, what she knows. I don't think she knows much. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, polls, Marist, and this is NPR PBS. Marist, not a reliable poll, but it's out there. 1,514 registered voters, gender, male 49, female 51, Democrat 37, Republican 33. That's too big a spread, Marist. You should know that. Of course, you do know it, but you're looking for an outcome. I understand. Here's the question. How concerned are you that during this year's elections there will be voter fraud? People who are not eligible to vote will vote or vote more than once. Very concerned and concerned, 57, not concerned, 43. All right. In general, do you have a favorable or unfavorable impression of Kamala Harris? Favorable 49, unfavorable 47. That's the highest number I've seen on her favorable. But I'm not surprised because it's an NPR PBS poll. Unfavorable 47, as I said. Trump, favorable 46, unfavorable 52. All right, so there you go. Being able to run your business on your schedule is very important. So cut down hours spent on mailing and shipping with Stamps.com and do it on your timeline, not somebody else's. From small businesses to multi-location organizations, Stamps.com handles all your mailing and shipping needs wherever, whenever. Automatically see your cheapest and fastest shipping options from different carriers. Order shipping and mailing supplies, even printers from the supplies store when you're low. Get rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 89% off USPS and UPS. Free up more time for more important business with Stamps.com. Sign up at Stamps.com and enter code O'Reilly for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code O'Reilly. Okay, YouTube channel, I'm going to file tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but you want to be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bill O'Reilly. That's our address, free. Okay, get on there, and we have very entertaining stuff that we are posting. All right, there's a mail. Charles, you were correct, O'Reilly. The Democrats are buying votes by giving away free stuff, and there's no limit on federal spending. That's right. And it's going to bankrupt our country. People don't care. They just want. Eric, on the message board, Democrats continue to deceive the public by saying all the courts found no evidence of fraud. This is in 2020. No, the courts never ruled on the merits of the case for technical issues. The merits of the case never came forth to me. So I can tell you, I was looking for it hard. Still don't have it. Ben Mitchell, Westchester, Pennsylvania. You talk about Zuckerberg pumping in money to the 2020 election. How much is Elon Musk pumping in? I don't know. We'll know when the charitable stuff comes out, how much money donates. The difference. Zuckerberg targeted a dozen counties. Musk isn't doing that. He's just giving money to the political action committees. Where'd that money go in those counties, Ben? Michelle Val, Chopwell, Alabama. Cropwell. Hey, Bill, you sold a clip of your Q&A from Tuesday for premium members. You said that J.D. Vance was wrong, accusing Kamala Harris of creating inflation. Wasn't she the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act? Yes, but that's not creating inflation. She had to do that. I mean, they would have fired her. Harris had no power. But she cheerleaded Bidenomics and the border collapse. She cheerleaded it. That's enough. Stay in a fact zone. Laurie Basil, Melbourne, Australia. If Donald Trump were to win, what do you think would happen to Kamala Harris? She'd be around. Unless she really gets wiped out. But she's viable in the Democratic Party. James Milner, Keswick, Virginia. Do you think we'll ever get back and voting in person? No. That's never going to happen because each state is different and the mail-ins are here and they're not going to rescind them. Not in the Democratic states. That'll never, ever happen. Karen Powell, Queen Creek, Arizona. My husband, 85. I'm 77. We're listening to Confronting the Presidents. We are amazed at how much we never knew. That's why I write these books. Confronting the President, really smoking. So we hope you check it out. If you become a premium and concierge member, you get it free. That's the greatest deal in the world. Get Confronting the Presidents free. Re-up your membership or sign up, and you got it. Okay, word of the day, not be a codger. C-O-D-G-E-R. Back with a final thought on my trip to London. By now, you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. We've been led to believe that the only way to grow our money for retirement is to risk it in the stock market. Well, Bank on Yourself is the proven retirement plan alternative that lets you bypass Wall Street so you can beat the banks at their own game and take control over your finances. With Bank on Yourself, you'll be in the know on your future tax rate during retirement. Even better, your principal and growth are locked in. That means you'll get a guaranteed minimum value of your future savings for the day you plan to tap into them. You can get a free report with all the details on how to Bank on Yourself strategy adds guaranteed predictability and control to your financial plan. Just go to bankonyourself.com/no-spin. That's bankonyourself.com/no-spin. Okay, so as I explained earlier, went over to London, see the Jet game, do some business. I hadn't been over there in a while. I lived in London. There's me and Ambassador Johnson before the game. Great guy. Love him. I wish the Jets were doing better, but I still have hope that they will, second half of the season, roar with Aaron Jones, who can still throw the Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones, a running back, who can still throw the ball. Anyway, I lived in London more than 50 years ago. I like the Dodger shirt. I don't root for the Dodgers, but I like it. Tower of London over my head. Okay, back to me. 50 plus years ago, I lived in London. So I took my son to go to where I lived. It's completely changed on one end of the street. This is Cartwright Gardens, right near Russell Square tube stop. So we walked down there. I said, this is where I was. But across the street in the bed and breakfast that I stayed in when I first got to London, before I moved into the dorm, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. But London's really changed. And here's the big change. About 45% of Londoners are now foreign born. 45%. English culture has diminished. You wouldn't believe it. When I was there 50 years ago, it was every, hello, hey, let's a cup of tea. It's still there, but it's not. The new people who have come into Great Britain, they're not as involved with the English culture, but they work so hard. Every driver, every hotel person, all the people in the restaurants, all the people sweeping the streets, they're all migrants. Because the Britishers are in the trades. And these people work hard. I mean, so I'm sitting there, but you're losing the British culture. There's no doubt about it. And that's going to happen here if you don't regulate it. So anyway, it was a good trip. I'm glad I went. And boy, time passes. I went to London as a big thug. I came back as a little thug. Thank you for watching the No Spin News and listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.